Good morning, gamers. We are back again with another news video for you guys with a daily roundup. Hopefully you're having a great Thursday morning. We're going to be talking about some new stuff coming up with the CMA. It looks like the Activision Blizzard situation may not be looking too hot again for Microsoft. We're also going to be talking about Elden Ring. Yeah, possibly some new DLC on the horizon, so that's really exciting news. And lastly, we're going to be talking about Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. We have some interesting stuff there as well as a price increase for Nintendo Switch games there. It's caused a bit of controversy there, but we're going to talk about it. I'll give you my 2 cents as well. Now, quickly, before we jump into that, if you do me a huge favor, like, subscribe, share the video, helps the channel a ton, and I really do appreciate it a lot. Now, let's talk about this CMA situation. It's gotten heated, even more so than it ever has been. So the CMA has provisionally found that the acquisition of Activision Blizzard by Microsoft could reduce competition in console and cloud gaming. The UK regulators say in its provisional report that it believes Microsoft would find it commercially beneficial to make Call of Duty exclusive to Xbox or available on Xbox in an enhanced way, which would result in higher prices, reduced range, lower quality, worse services, and or reduced innovation. Very interesting way that they put it there. Of course, there is some validity to that. And of course, there are some things that maybe they don't quite understand in the way that Microsoft is basically looking to get rid of console gaming down the road eventually and really just move to a cloud-based format and subscription format based on what I've noticed, at least. I don't know if that's been stated by them, but it seems like that's where the industry is trying to move. And Microsoft has been trying to move that way for a while now. It also says that the CMA believes Microsoft would likely make games exclusive to its cloud service. And this does not range just with Call of Duty. This also goes with World of Warcraft and other Blizzard titles as well. And of course, this is a real thing that does exist. People say, you know, it would make no sense for them to make COD exclusive or Overwatch or whatever game it may be. But of course, you have to understand that Microsoft has a lot of money, so much so that it doesn't really matter when they take a loss in certain ways, especially if they're driving more people to their platform. And over time, more people will come to accept that those games that they really want to play are only available on a certain platform or on a certain service, and they will just force their way over to those platforms. So of course, this is a real concern as well. And as you guys know, we've talked about it previously in a video that, you know, COD is so huge and it is just that really big IP that, you know, it could be the one to do that, to make people shift over, especially the casual market shift over. It's a real concern. It's a real thing, and that is irrefutable. Now, they also say that Microsoft and other interested organizations are invited to react to these findings by March 1st, 2023. Of course, you know that that's exactly what's going to happen. The CMA says it is now open to possible remedies and would prefer structural remedies such as divesting of the Call of Duty brand and the Activision part of the business, or the Activision and Blizzard part of the business. However, it will consider behavioral remedies such as the proposed licensing agreement with the likes of Sony. So it looks like they really want to make it clear that Call of Duty is huge, and they want some sort of separation with Call of Duty and other ways as well that they are willing to accept. But they want Call of Duty to pretty much be separated from this deal. And it's interesting to hear that, because I think that would really damage the deal. I feel like that would really damage the opportunities that Microsoft would have with this acquisition. I'm not saying King isn't a part of it. I'm not saying Blizzard isn't a part of it in their IP, but Call of Duty is their biggest IP in all of ABK. And I think that that's pretty well a big part of why Microsoft bought them, whether they're going to say it or not. Call of Duty is absolutely one of the reasons that they bought ABK, or trying to buy ABK. So this would very much make it moot at that point if Call of Duty was separated and was not able to be used in whatever way Microsoft deemed fit for their business. Now, lastly, they say the next route for Microsoft would be to counter these concerns with possible concessions that might reassure regulators. And there are going to be concessions for this deal to go through. There's no doubt about that. We've been saying this for a while now, that concessions will be had in order for this deal to go through. And so we have to just face reality that this is something that is a real concern. And no matter how everyone is viewing it, depending on what side of the fence you land on, of course, as naturally, that's how these things go. If you're a PlayStation guy, you've got your way of saying things, and Xbox feels this, fans feel a certain way. But if you look at this logically, Call of Duty has to be a part of the deal for Microsoft to really benefit off of this. to the maximum ability that they can. But at the same time, we can't pretend that Call of Duty isn't huge and would not impact things and give Microsoft a huge advantage, especially with how powerful the IP is and how much it has an influence in the industry, especially amongst casual gamers. So I'll keep you guys updated on this one. I mean, obviously, there seems to be something new, like at least 3 to 4 times a week. So we'll keep talking about it. We'll keep, discussing it as it escalates, I guess, or develops. And we'll discuss it as it comes. I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts on this, whether you agree with this or if you don't agree with this. But I've heard some pretty crazy statements post this report, but just to not, invite console warring stuff, I'm not even going to talk about that for now. Now, next, we're going to be talking about Elden Ring. Now, Elden Ring is obviously one of the huge titles that released last year, the biggest title that released last year. And according to Sekiro Doobie, they say on Twitter, 17 hours ago, 4 subs in Elden Ring's Steam DB got updated. I cannot see what are the changes, but those subs should have store pages. 2 of those subs are returning a 404. So the idea is that there's something here that could be extra content. What that means is not sure. We're not sure yet. We don't know exactly what that means, but we do know that it could be something worthwhile, and it could be some substantial DLC that we could be seeing come very soon. Now, when this is going to get revealed, no clue. I don't know what their intentions are, what we're going to be seeing, but I do imagine we are going to see DLC for Elden Ring. Elden Ring sold mass copies. It got the Coliseum update, and now surely they're going to give us some more DLC, and I think a lot of people would look forward to that and return to the game. I mean, it's obviously got a population at all times, but more people will return to the game if there was some substantial DLC. Really cool stuff. I mean, not much more to say about that, but we did expect that Elden Ring would continue to get support post-launch, and this is one of those situations where that is what's happening. Now, lastly, I want to talk to you about the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom situation. The Nintendo Direct came and went, and it was a good Direct, I would say. In the beginning, I was feeling like it was a D, but as it progressed, and as we saw Metroid, and then we saw Zelda, I was like, all right, this is a B to a B+. Really, really good Direct for what I expected. All I wanted to see was Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, and we got that. Now, the other thing that they revealed, that there is a collector's edition. It'll be $129.99 USD. It's going to be a physical version of the game, an art book with concept art, a steelbook case, and an icon art steel poster, and a set of 4 pin badges. So you're going to get all that stuff for $129.99. Very cool stuff. But the biggest piece of contention, I would say, is the $69.99 price tag, and it is an increase of $10. And the problem with that is that basically we're seeing them increase the price of their games, and people are like, hey, this is not something we want to see. And then there are people who are saying, hey, you guys gave Sony such a hard time. Now you got Microsoft increasing prices, you got Nintendo increasing prices. Every publisher seems to be increasing prices, and it just creates a situation of where there was so much outrage from many, many people about the price increase, and now we see it across the board happening everywhere. So it's like, you got to keep that same energy type of situation. And naturally, that is the case. You should keep the same energy. If you were so outraged about it, then yeah, you should feel the same way, even though it's a Nintendo. But naturally, there are some people who their feelings change when it is a developer or when it is a platform that they enjoy the most. In my opinion, I would never defend price increases. I would never advocate for price increases. I would never ask for price increases because I'm trying to spend as little as possible while enjoying all the games that I want to enjoy. In this case, the price is increased. Guess what? If you want to enjoy the game, you got to pay the price, and it's that simple. So I'm not going to be outraged about it, but I'm definitely not going to be cheering people on to raise their prices. And that's kind of the way I've been looking at it since day one, is that that's how I feel. I don't want to pay more, but if that's what you're going to do, I mean, I don't really have a choice in the matter. But I'm not going to be outraged and make mass videos about how I'm so upset about this, because I'm just not that upset about it. But I'm also not cheering it on like, yay, price increases. So that's kind of where I sit with this. But that kind of wraps it up for today. I mean, that is all our topics. There really wasn't too much to discuss today other than the big CMA thing. And I guess the Direct was really good as well. But other than that, that's kind of it. Please let me know your thoughts on the CMA decision or how they're going about it. Let me know what you think of the Elden Ring DLC that could be possibly coming, and the Nintendo Switch game price increases, starting with The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Let me know what you guys think of all that. As always, if you have not subscribed already, please subscribe, like, and share the video. It helps the channel a ton. You can follow me on Twitter. Link will be in the description. And, thank you guys for watching, and thank you guys for joining me again this morning. I will talk to you all on the next one. Take care.